Well, hello! Welcome back. Lucky Man over here. And this time, we're gonna take a look. Sardegna Empire. Ultra rare battleship. Ship that was designed but never built. A cooperation between Sardegna Empire and Northern Parliament. However, due to the war, it was never been completed. And this was supposed to be a ship next from Vittorio Veneto class. Well, our today subject is Sardegna Empire ultra rare battleship Raffaello. She is... Well, let's her talk first.
でもこんなんじゃ全然足りないんだけど。もう襟にマイクロカメラでも忍び込ませたいなこんにゃろ。ね、贅沢すぎる。
So, where was I? Where was I? Oh yes, Raffaello. Named after not a sweet, but Raffaello. Raffaello. Huh. Artist. Raffaello. Artist. Italian artist and architect. In 1483, there are plenty of Raphael's made arts in the internet. So, before we go to the ship itself, let's take a look at her style. Well, you can actually see she has humongous pencil, and then you can see Italian colors on her rigging. Excuse me. Really big triangle hairpins, and then the arts behind her, and then a beautiful angel. I have to say, Raffaello artist really did some impressive work to take the artist on this character and design. Sorry about the lack of words. But Raffaello, how is she? Well, you can actually get her in Italian event that has been started in 2025. Shackled Light, was it? Paradiso or Shackled Light event. The story plot is blah 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 and so on. So, as you can see, she is not maxed out yet, unfortunately. But because I am curious about already how her stats are, and I really want to point out that these numbers will change once you reach level 100 and level 120 and 25. The fleet technology and oathing also affects increasing the ship's stats. So in tradition, we're gonna read her stats in Azul Lane Wiki. Of course. Let's start in maximum level 120. In that level, her health is 9,277. Her firepower is 458. Her AA is 257. Her reload is then 179. Her evasion 35. Her armor is heavy in a battleship standard. Her speed is 30. Her accuracy is 58. Her luck astonishing 41, and her oil cost is 17 based on ultra rare and the ship class. For her gear efficiencies, in Wiki they have been recorded. Slot 1 is a main gun, 150%. It got 3, that is a standard. Her secondary stays maximum 200%. You can either give her light cruiser gun or destroyer gun, and she gets 3 of them. And AA is 100%. And she has bowgun and officer's sword as augment gear. Okay, so she also has skins. I actually did some rental research, and oh boy, it is hard to understand how many interactions can you have with her. But let's go in the archives. She has good firepower and HP. Surprisingly low AA. Speed is battleship standard. No aviation and torpedo armament at all. So now ship skills. I read this when I got her after 81 polls. This is standard either ultra rare way to create well, I had the word like poem long skill explanation. So our first skill is support skill, Jet Black Dedication. I'm gonna read this on Wiki. Increases this ship firepower and accuracy by 10%. Whenever a ship in your main fleet, ship, or the frontmost ship of your vanguard hits an enemy with the weapon equipped in that ship's first slot, 50% chance to apply 1 stack of jet black paint to the enemy. Excuse me, 50% chance to apply 1 stack of jet black paint to the enemy hit. Okay. Each weapon that triggers this effect can only apply 1 stack of jet black paint to the same target every 5 seconds. For each stack of jet black paint applied, the affected enemy speed is reduced by 5%, lasting for 10 seconds. Can be stacked up to 3 times. Subsequent application of jet black paint will refresh this duration. And then, when an enemy accumulates 3 stacks of jet black paint, that enemy will receive artist dedication, increasing their damage taken by 6% for 10 seconds. If the attacker is Sardegna Empire ship, further increases the damage dealt by 6%. Oh, I almost lost my breath here. Okay. Jet black dedication. Holy moly. I try to make this simple as possible. So increase the ship firepower and accuracy 10%, that is automatic. Okay, so first part is whenever a ship in your main fleet or a ship in front of your vanguard hits an enemy, their first main gun, let's just say, main gun, whatever is it a destroyers or heavy cruiser or light cruiser, it doesn't matter, as long as its main gun hits enemy, there is a 50% chance to apply 1 stack. 50% chance to apply 1 stack jet black paint to the enemy hit. Okay, so if you have destroyer, its destroyer main gun hits the enemy, there's a 50% chance to affect the enemy with this debuff that is called jet black paint. So if the destroyer's main gun okay, let me read this first again myself. Each weapon that triggers this effect can only apply 1 stack of jet black paint to the same target every 5 seconds. So there's a 5-second gap when the first one is triggered. And you can stack this 3 times. So let's go with this. Your destroyer main gun hits the enemy. In that 50% chance, it will give this debuff. There's a 5-second gap. And after the 5 seconds, that destroyer keeps hitting the enemy until it affects again 3 times. So, and for each stack of this debuff applies, the affected enemy speed is reduced 5%. So for each debuff applied, the enemy's speed is reduced by %. You then put that to 3 times. The enemy loses 15% of its speed. And that lasts 10 seconds. it's not bad actually. There is a, if I understand correctly, for each stack of jet black paint applied, the affected enemy speed is reduced by 5%, lasting for 10 seconds. So if I get this correctly, the enemy gets the debuff. There's a 5-second gap. One stack or jetpack plane to the same target every 5 seconds. Wait a minute. Apply one jetpack plane to the enemy hit. Each weapon that triggers this effect can only apply one stack jetpack plane to the same target every 5 seconds. Okay. Same target every 5 seconds. Okay, I'm incorrect. I'm in right track. I'm right track. So okay, Wiki is actually smart here. Whenever an enemy is affected with jet black paint, the duration of all jet black paint stacks on that enemy is refreshed. So, okay. The enemy gets the debuff. That's 5% on its speed. There's a 5-second gap, but you can stack 3 maximum in one enemy. And there is, it refreshes the timer every time you add this debuff on the enemy. Okay, that's clever. So actually the enemy always has this 15% debuff. Subsequent application of jetpack plane will refresh this duration. It reads over here. But there's an extra. When an enemy accumulates 3 stacks of jet black paint, excuse me, this debuff, that enemy will receive other debuff, increasing their damage taken by 6% for 10 seconds. That's good. But if the attacker is Sardegna ship, you then get 6% more. So there is 12% increased damage if the attacker is Sardegna Empire member with Raffaello. Okay. Sounds good enough. Pearlescent Blessing. What? Reduces this ship's shelling damage taken by 25%. So, right off the bat, this ship takes 25% less damage from main guns. Shelling, probably from battleships or battle cruisers or every type of guns. But this doesn't work on torpedoes or area or any aircraft carrier attacking. doesn't work on these. So this ship takes less damage from main guns. Less damage from main guns. Oh boy. Second poem. Ship in your fleet. Oh boy. Ship in your fleet gain Pearlescent Paint every time they take damage equal to 20% of their maximum HP combined. Gain buff every time they take damage equal to 20% of their max HP combined. Ships in your fleet. Is this like every ship's HP okay is combined? So if I get this correctly, ships in your fleet gain Pearlescent Paint, god damn it, every time they take damage equal to 20% of their max HP combined. So is that like entire fleet HP combined? Oh boy. This already sounds complicated enough. If an allied ship sinks an enemy with the jet black paint debuff, that's the first skill. That ship, your ally, receives this Pearlescent Paint stack equal to the number of jet black paint applied to the defeated enemy. So basically, if you have 3 that debuffs on the enemy, your character who sinks the enemy with that debuff gets the buff? Pearlescent Paint stack. Huh? Receive Pearlescent Paint equal applied to defeated enemy as long as Raffaello remains afloat each time an ally gains Pearlescent Paint. That ship gains a barrier that can negate damage equal to 1% of Raffaello's max HP. Lasting for the duration of Pearlescent Paint. Duration of Pearlescent Paint. Huh? Oh, that ends weirdly. 10 seconds? Huh. Okay, I need to read this first. If an ally ship sinks an enemy with that debuff, that ship receives Pearlescent Paint. So there is a Pearlescent Paint buff equal to the number of jetpack plane applied to a defeated enemy. As long as Raffaello remains afloat each time an ally gains Pearlescent Paint, that ship gains a barrier that can negate damage equal to 1% of Raffaello's max HP. So, if Raffaello's max HP calculator Raffaello max HP 120 is... Oh. There. 9277. To 1%. Okay, that's wrong. Excuse me, wrong calculation. Haven't done this while. Okay, 9277. Is it really equals? No. Let's try this. 1 minus 1% is... What? Huh? Am I bonkers, or is this calculator? Or am I doing something wrong? $927 HP? I don't know. Anyway, lasting for duration of Pearlescent Paint. Pearlescent Paint stack up to 3 times and last for 10 seconds. The barrier does not stack. Okay, so it refreshes every time this is repeated. Subsequent application of Pearlescent Paint will refresh the duration of the barrier. So the barrier lasts longer as long as you can repeat the sequence to actually get this buff. When a ship in your fleet accumulates 3 stacks of Pearlescent Paint, that ship receives Artist Blessing, increasing her damage dealt by 6% for 10 seconds. Additionally, Raffaello 1 stack of Pearlescent Paint. If the recipient of Artist Blessing is Sardegna Empire ship, further increases that ship's damage dealt 6%, so there's a huge combination already. So if the enemy takes 12% more damage from Sardegna Empire, and you add this with 6%, that damage is calculated higher. Because the enemy takes 12% more damage and your Sardegna ship is doing 6% more damage from its original damage output. So there is a fascinating combination. Whenever an allied ship obtains Pearlescent Paint, the duration of all Pearlescent Paint stacks on that allied ship is refreshed. Okay. Now, Apex Artist. This is another... Okay, so the blue one was defense. Blue one was defense skill. When this ship is afloat, Apex Artist. When this ship is afloat, whenever a fleet the ship is... this phrasing. When the other fleet attacks first 3 times, attacks 3 times first. Fires level 10 special barrage 20 seconds after the battle starts. The damage is based on skill level. Okay, that's basically 10,000 or something like. Just averagely above 10,000 damage. I think, I hope. When this ship fires her main guns, 100% that's immediately chance to fire level 10 special barrage. Probably 9,000, 10,000 damage. Level 10 special barrage. When this barrage activates, the following effects take place based on if Jet Black Paint and Pearlescent Paint are currently applied on the battlefield. Oh boy, here we go. If any allies are affected by Pearlescent Paint, restores 2% of Raffaello's max HP to the ship with the lowest current percentage of HP. If an allies are affected by Artist's Blessing, this effect will activate 3 more times. Target is determined independently for each activation. If any enemies are affected by Jet Black Paint, the crit rate of this special barrage is increased by 50%. The barrage is improved. If any enemies are affected by Artist's Dedication, additionally increases the crit damage of this barrage by 20% and further improves the special barrage. Okay, let's digest this for a while. Holy! Are artists really this complicated? I really wish not. So when Raffaello fires her guns in her fight, 100% chance fire special barrage. When this barrage activates, the following effects take place based on if 2 skills have been activated. So the hetkinen. If an allies are Pearlescent Paint, so Pearlescent Blessing needs to be affected to your fleet member restores 2% of Raffaello's max HP. 2%, so that's basically something like 2000 or just below 2000 HP, I hope. No, 2000, that's a lot. Probably 1000 something. I don't know. Or maybe 800. Raffaello's max HP to the ship with the lowest current percentage of HP. So when this Pearlescent Paint is activated in your fleet member, with the lowest HP currently gets the heal. Okay. And the second is Artist's Blessing. This effect will activate 3... If any allies are affected by Artist's Blessing, this effect will activate 3 more times. So... they get a lot more healing. Am I correct? Like, if any allies are affected by Artist's Blessing, this effect will activate 3 more times. So your ally in your fleet gets that 2% of healing based on Raffaello's own HP? If these both debuff and buffs are affected same time on the battlefield. Did I get it right? But during the battle, if enemies are affected, if multiple enemies it seems, if any enemies are affected by jetpack plane, crit rate of this ship's special part is increased by 50%, so crit damage is much higher comparison to normal damage, so this is a really interesting buff. And barrage is improved. Oh god, okay. Probably 2 more shells in the air. If any enemies are affected by Artist's Dedication... What? Additionally increases crit damage of this barrage 20% and further improves the special barrage. What? Okay, let me say this one thing. Shush. Holy moly. Okay, God bless the artists. I don't know who came up with skill like this. But if there's one thing about gacha games, I please pray do not make them like this poem-long explanations. Sheesh! I almost fried my brain here. Okay, okay, so basically she can heal the allies, she can debuff enemies with the speed, and while these debuffs and buffs are affected, they also increases our Raffaello damage output with the crit rate and crit damage, if I got this right. Ooh. Oh. Okay, this is really a lot to dig in. Okay, I'm gonna do voiceover and then give my opinions about Raffaello, what kind of ultra rare battleship the Sardegna Empire finally got. So, see you there. Alright guys and commanders, both sides, voiceover lucky man here. So, Raffaello. To tell you the truth, I recorded that video somewhere Monday or Tuesday, and then there was a little bit mistake about changing the settings in my computer, and it just dropped the simulator efficiency by 50%, so I had to make my friend to all the way to Tuesday after the Wednesday. So I had to wait a little bit to actually make progress to make this video. Now we are on a Friday. So anyway, now that shenanigan is out of the way, let's get back to Raffaello. So Raffaello, during that time when I was debunking, or how should I say this correctly, reconstructing or trying to, yes, reconstructing the skills that Raffaello has, to helping myself to understand how her skill works. And my personal opinion is Raffaello is the most gimmicky ship I've ever seen. Because what do I mean by that? Well, if you actually combine jet black dedication and then you add pearlescent blessing, and then comes the apex artist. Then in Apex Artist it says the following effect activates if jet black paint and pearlescent paint is active. Like pearlescent paint heals 2% of your allies' health that has random pick who it takes on the fleet. Also, if you have Artist Blessing on, that effect activates 3 times. And then after that, if enemy has jet black paint effect on, increases barrage crit rate by 50% and improves it. And if enemy has Artist Dedication, it also increases Salvo's crit damage by 20% and improves it. Salvo special barrage. So combine all these, it's a gimmicky ship I ever seen this far, personally. And I don't whatever, okay, I mispronounced it. I don't mind to have skills that actually makes a ship girl improve better, but also it also heals the member of your fleet. But I personally do not like the randomness it has based on how much HP your ally have. Okay, yes, if ally has low HP, it might go to that first. But it also activates the Artist Blessing 3 times. So I think it activates same time, or you can repeat this. I don't know yet, because okay, when I was making this video, my Raffaello was not in best condition to actually make her fully capable and put all her skills to a 100% to use. But if I keep going to grind with Sardegna ships, with this main campaign stage, then I can fully see that how it actually works on the battlefield. Now, if we want to also increase the efficiency and performance, Vittorio Veneto, the flagship of the Sardegna Empire, also is a big help towards Raffaello and the other ship girls, based on if they are Sardegna Empire ships, of course. But I have yet to see who is the most gimmicky ship in Azur Lane in comparison to Raffaello. I have yet to see, but she could be good. She can be good. It all depends, do you fully upgrade her skills, give her a suitable armament against certain opponents, and then have members in the fleet that can also not just benefit from Raffaello's skills, but also they can help improve Raffaello performance, like Vittorio Veneto is. When it comes to that new ultra rare Italian battleship main gun that fires sap, I don't know, is it actually worth it? I have mixed opinions. I was talking with my friend and he was like, yes, but also no, because there are better guns against medium armor types. If you have light armor, yes, HE can be good, but it is SAB is weak against heavy armor types. So the gun I have with Raffaello, my Raffaello right now, has that new battleship gun. The only improvement I see in that is increased accuracy, the 17 to 17. While the others have, what, 20 and 20, was it? I think. So I'm looking forward to how Raffaello actually works. Oh, by the way, now that you have healing battleship, be extra careful when you are going in Operation Siren, because one, there are boss fleets that turn all healing skills into damage. Like converting healing into damage. Having Raffaello against those kind of enemies is a problematic. So be extra careful around Operation Siren if you have Raffaello on the fleet. Overall, personally I think she is performing really well. Unfortunately, I don't have her fully limited, fully upgraded and full level up at this time when I made this video, but in the future I see more that increasing performance if I keep upgrading her. So I say C is worth it, and C is actually a very special case in Sardegna Empire fleet has so many skills that can actually benefit from each other, that actually makes her the most gimmicky ship this far. I personally I'm lacking some information who has the most gimmicky skills this far in Azul Lane, but I say Raffaello is the most gimmicky ship. I personally know. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. However, I say we have finally come to the end to this analysis. I say this was the most brain-racking analysis I've ever made about the ship girl in this game. Of course, there may be some more in the future that actually has same kind of novel skill reading like Raffaello has. But we will see. We will see. What is your opinion about Raffaello? Is she performing really well with your own Sardegna fleet? Let me know in comments down below. My name is LuckyMiez205. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next one. Take care, and fortunate wins.
もう降参？